Thank you everyone for coming today. My name is Julie. I've been a nurse for quite a while and I've been offered the opportunity by FreshRx to come and help with some of the diabetes education. The clinic where I work, I do actually provide diabetes education, so it's kind of an honor to come and send all this knowledge to a bigger portion of the community. So the class that we have prepared today is about feeling the blues and the effects of depression and the management or how it can affect the disease process of the diabetes. So the objective is learning about depression, what it makes in our body, how the body responds to it. And I would say this is to everyone, not people that has been diagnosed with diabetes, because depression affects everyone. What can we do against depression, and to learn about some local resources for the management of this. So let's start about some myths around depression. And we've heard them at least once in our lifetime, that only people that is lazy or weak get depressed. So they should just snap it out, go and sleep and wake up and you'll be completely normal. It doesn't affect men, children, or teenagers. That is a big lie. It affects everyone. And that the medication to treat depression is addictive. That is another big lie. For years and years, we've been told that if you start depression medication, you will be an addict to it, and that you'll never get off of it. The reality is, there are different factors, biological factors, that for some people, it's necessary to start the medication. Some people need to stay longer on the medication compared to other people, and it's part of our biology. It doesn't have to be with the medication. Any of the real medications to treat depression are actually addictive. So the depression facts, it will affect how you act, how you feel, and how you think. Mainly starts in the brain. When our brain is not getting right because of the serotonin, because of the dopamine, all of these are hormones that makes us feel happy, that makes us feel sad, that controls how our brain reacts to the environment. When the brain affects it, the brain function is affected, it's going to start slowly going down. It's more common in women than men. One of the main reasons, and I think we've discussed about this several times, we as women are way more hormonal than men because we have periods, we have estrogen, we have progesterone. All of these constant changes monthly will make us more sensitive or more easily to get depressed compared to men. 300 Oklahomans per week require the care of a crisis center for mental health illnesses. So it is a huge reality in this state. You're not alone. What does it mean? It's not one people that get affected. It's too many people. So 300 people a week, how many a month? 1,200 people? Am I doing it right, Mark?
Yeah.
How many a year? Mike, how many a year?
6.
Too many.
12 times 12, 144,000.
There you go.
1,000.
1,400 people at least a year affected, requiring treatment for a mental health crisis. I think that's quite a lot. Holidays can trigger an episode of depression. Why? Because we are not around some people that we used to be around, because everything around us is happy. Too many factors going. And the most important one that I want you to think about is seasonal affective disorder. So seasonal affective disorder is being studied for quite a while, and what it says is the lack of exposure to the sunlight will increase the chances of people getting depressed. Because, and this is very normal during the fall, and especially during the winter time, when we spend more time outdoors. When we lack the exposure to the ultra UV light, ultraviolet light, it doesn't allow our body to get some of the chemicals in the active form to work inside our body. So it's way more common during this season, the winter season. Actually, an interesting fact is for years and years and years, Seattle was the city with the highest rate of suicidal ideation and suicides per capita. And one of the reasons is the lack of sun in that city.
It's so rainy.
It's too rainy. Now, right now, Oregon is the number one nationwide of suicides, depression, because same story, lack of sunlight. So please, at least 3 times a week, go outside, enjoy the sun whenever we get it. So let's talk about the depression cycle. It all starts with a stressor. We're stressed out because our sugars are high. We're stressed out because we don't know how we're gonna finish the month. We're stressed out because they keep telling me I shouldn't be eating my cupcakes every single morning, and I have no idea how to do it. Right? It's something that is taking us out of our normal. And then I have discovered, oh my God, I'm thinking all the time about how I'm gonna avoid to eat the cupcake tomorrow morning, because I really want a cupcake, but it's not good for my diabetes. And I keep thinking, and then I cannot go to sleep because I keep thinking about the cupcake and what I'm gonna eat instead of the cupcake. And then my body feels tired. And then I'm cranky and in a really bad mood because I really want to eat the cupcake and I cannot eat that cupcake. And then I have a behavioral response. That behavioral response is like, I'm useless. I don't know, why does it work to keep living? Because I enjoy eating cupcakes and they keep telling me I cannot eat my cupcake. And then we keep feeding out in that cycle. And then I go and I eat my cupcake because I really want my cupcake, and I don't eat one, I eat 5 of them because they told me I cannot eat cupcakes, so it's gonna be my last one. And then I regret it because I ate the cupcake, and it keeps going on and on and on, and we keep spiraling down and getting more depressed with the situation that could have been stopped from the beginning. So how do we stop that? One of the ways. I really want to eat my cupcake. They keep telling me I cannot eat my cupcake, but I have options. That cupcake, probably the biggest size, it's too many carbohydrates, and it's too many calories. How about if I just eat a quarter of my cupcake, and I eat, I don't know, some spinach on the side, salted spinach in an omelet, and that's going to be my breakfast. And I'm happy because I got my cupcake.
And spinach.
And spinach. And I ate one.
Okay.
Very good. So we have options. When we know this cycle and we decide to take action for this cycle, we stop the depression taking us down and we start going up. Okay? Some symptoms of depression. So to be a person to be diagnosed with real depression, because all of us are gonna feel sad once in a while, we're gonna feel loss of interest, like, oh my God, do I really have to wake up this morning? We have changes in appetite. All of these symptoms are daily like living. If you're not living, if you're having these symptoms, are you truly living? We have symptoms around us, but for a person to be diagnosed with true depression, they have to have these symptoms for at least 2 weeks and affecting actively their life. So sadness, loss of interest or pleasure, changes in appetite, sleep pattern, that you keep thinking all night long of what's making you worried and you are not sleeping, staying awake. Lots of energy or increased fatigue, you're sleeping too much, increase in purposeless physical activities. People that you think it's always physical, they are in the chair and they're shaking one leg, they're moving their hands, they need something, they need to see playing with the pens or something in their hands, they just can't hold still. Or people that is just like really slow. The kind of people that you come and ask them a question and they're like, did you say something? Or that they just slur the speech. That's me, I'm sorry. I know I sometimes can speak really fast. But people that it's being affected with depression, everything around them is just really fast or really slow. There is no in between. The most important, suicidal thoughts. That is the ultimate sign that they are in a very breaking moment. That is a huge crisis. Most of the people that is in suicidal mode will come and tell someone. Sadly, a lot of times when they come and tell someone, that someone dismisses it and asks them to shovel it out. A best approach to it is listen to them, take it seriously, and if you do not know what to do, find someone that might know what to do. Call 911. They'll know what to do with it. But always take it seriously. A person that comes and tells you that they are suicidal, that they want to finish their life, that is their last call for help. And a lot of times, when they don't get listened, they'll go and do whatever they have planned to do. Okay, so how being depressed gonna affect our sugars? If I wish you could remember something about this whole talking, is this part. Because then again, when you understand what it does in our body, we can take better action. So when you feel sad or when you feel really, really happy, in both times, you're gonna produce a hormone inside called cortisol. So when you're sad, your body will get in a state of fight or flight response and will create all this epinephrine and norepinephrine inside of us, which are hormones, but our body cannot run on epinephrine and norepinephrine 24/7. These hormones get replaced by something called cortisol. Cortisol, because we are not taking care of our body at that moment because we are stressed out, cortisol will take over. And the way cortisol knows how to take over of our feelings and give us the space to feel all what we are feeling is by telling the liver to create sugars 24/7. So let's go back a little bit on how diabetes works, what happens inside of our body. So a person is diagnosed with diabetes because the pancreas is not working right or completely stops working. So the pancreas creates insulin. Without insulin, glucose, which is the energy for every single part of our body, is not being delivered inside of the tissues, inside of every single part of our body. Our body is craving energy. We need energy. And the whole body keeps telling the pancreas, I need glucose, I need glucose, I need glucose. But the pancreas doesn't understand that it's not working right. And it's like this friend that you can tell them that it's right and they keep insisting that it's wrong. And we'll come and say, okay, listen, I make insulin, you need glucose. Go and blame the liver. The liver is the one that makes glucose. And then, because our whole body is craving for glucose, the liver is like, oh, really? And starts creating glucose like crazy from all the fatty tissues that we have in our body. Like crazy. And it has to create so much glucose to force the pancreas to work right. Are you following me on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So by the time that the pancreas finally decides to show up and do its job, because that's how it goes, the whole body is exhausted. The whole body will receive the whole minimum amount of glucose. We'll say, okay, we are too tired, let's give it up for now. We'll take it tomorrow. And the liver will take all of that sugar back and convert it into fat tissue. So when we have cortisol in our body, the liver is overworking because it's being told we are not taking care of ourselves. We are in a crisis mode. We need energy like crazy and starts creating all those sugars like crazy. And again, it has to create it so high so the pancreas can catch up on this. Okay? Chronic depression, chronic anger, or a chronic bad position of our mind will create unnecessary sugars and will make it way more difficult for you to keep them down. Okay? So I like to say that your mind is the master of the neck down, of your whole body. You're gonna tell your body when to eat, how to respond to the environment, and not letting your body to tell you how to behave. Okay? So let's go ahead and talk about what to do when we are in this crisis. Never feel shame of asking for help. Having a good therapist, a good counselor, just someone that can listen to you can make a huge difference. You're not by yourself. You can always have someone. This is how I see counselors. For some people, it's already paid friends that are going to listen to you. It is the fact of having someone that you can go and just download everything that is burning you inside and that is not going to judge you or tell you what to do. And that is the first step to start getting better sometimes. Talk to your doctor. Don't feel shame of going and say, listen, I'm depressed. I don't know what to do. Let's start medication. I don't plan to stay medication the rest of my life for a short period of time until I move on with this. Let's do it. And by no means, the next techniques that we're going to talk about are medical advice. But until you can find that counselor or that person that can help you navigate through depression and make the best of yourself, I want to share with you some techniques shared with me by the counselor that we have in the clinic where I worked that can actually help you starting that process. It's not a definite answer, but it can help you start the process. The first technique is called behavioral activation. So behavioral activation is about, and actually you can find all these techniques in this handout. So it's about choosing one activity that you want to start doing that's going to make you feel better. So let's say I enjoy walking, and I haven't walked in a very long time. So I will choose a day and a time when I say, okay, Saturdays, 8 a.m., I will start walking around the block. And you force yourself at Saturday, 8 a.m. to go on that walk. Because that makes you feel happy. And then you will repeat it next week. Next week, you'll wake up at 8, and you notice that you start enjoying it even more. And then the following week. And then you decide that, you know what? I have people that will benefit going with me on this. That is called socialize. So you take your neighbor and you're like, okay, come on, we're going walking. And you walk around the block with your neighbor. And then you keep doing it and maybe more days a week because that makes you feel happy. Okay. The next one is social support. So congratulations, all of you are part of this already. Social support is about finding a group of people that is going through the same thing as you, can listen to what you are going through and hopefully give you some kind of experiences that you can relate to and help you. So all of you are part of FreshRx. All of you have been diagnosed with diabetes. This is your support group. All of you go through probably the same obstacles. You don't know how to cook. That's me. I don't know how to cook. You don't like vegetables, so what do you do when you don't like vegetables? And you are supposed to eat them even more. All of this is the part of social support. Surround with people that is going through similar things as you. Okay? Next one is the 3 good things. So let's say that you have a really good day today. Like I came here and Kendra told me that my hair looks wonderful.
It does look nice. Looks very nice. And the glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I got it wet.
There you go, you took a shower.
I took, yeah,
So,
you're welcome.
so you have a really good day and you're gonna think about 3 good things that happened today. So Kendra told me my hair looks good, my glasses look good, and my 3rd good thing is because I get to see Mike. 3 good things. And then I'm gonna reflect on those 3 good things. Why did this happen? It happened because probably I took a shower this morning and I woke up on time. Why was this a good thing meaningful? Because I worked so hard on my hair to look good, and it's nice to see that other people say it looks good. How can I experience more of this good thing? Well, probably I should take a shower every day.
That's a good one.
There you go. So you're reflecting on how to make something happen and what can you do to keep going on. And then the 3rd step is repeat it. So it means I should take a shower tomorrow or the day after. Okay. Mindfulness. I like to think about mindfulness as how to give a break to your brain. We're always thinking. We're always remembering something, making a list. Analyzing something that just happened, just watching people around us and seeing what they're doing. It's our nature. So mindfulness for me is giving your brain a break. You're gonna choose a spot in your home or wherever you are that you like and that you feel you're gonna be relaxed. You're gonna choose a posture that you like. I mean, if you like to be sitting, if you like to be laying down, if you like just to use a recliner. And you're gonna close your eyes, don't see anything, and just be aware of how your body breathes. How the air gets inside you and how it gets out of you. But the most important part, you're gonna choose how long you wanna do it. Some people just start by doing this 1 minute. Some other people exercise this for 40 minutes. You will choose what's the right amount of minutes for you. And you'll do it once a day. Or just start every other day, whichever feels better for you. The most important part is you are giving your body and your brain a break. And then again, because our nature is just to go back to what we are thinking, you'll find out that while you're trying to do this, your mind will try to bring stuff back in. And when that happens, all you're gonna do is concentrate on how you breathe, how the air goes in and out, and nothing else. Okay. Now, last one but not least, previously, like a month ago, this 988 line was called POST. Now it's the emergency number for whoever is having a crisis, or even you just feel depressed and you feel that you're at a breaking point, call them 988. There are counselors on the other side of the line. They can find you local resources close to your home. Sometimes they can make appointments for you. I say sometimes, not all the time, but it's important to keep this going for you or for people around you. You never know when you're gonna need it. Actually, do we have the handout too? Is there anything? Okay.
Oh, no. It's on their resource sheet that they got that's laminated though.
So yes, don't feel afraid of calling 988. That might be you might be saving somebody's life. That's reality. Here are some other resources that I like to use. The American Psychiatric Association to learn more about depression. The Diabetes Association, because it will also give you information about managing diabetes. How you can do with your, what to do when you're depressed. All of these resources are for free in their website. And the 1907 Foundation, they do a lot of research around depression. Okay. Any questions that you have?
Everyone's tired today. That's okay.
I think you covered everything pretty thorough.
Yeah,
Good job.
last class we had more discussion, but
I've known Mike for a year now.
Yeah, you're gonna have
There you go. So that's why I feel a little more confident. They just make class.
gone from,
well, and
what was it? 14.7 on my A1C
Yes.
down to 9.1.
Yes. That is
that's awesome.
I'll be talking to her and this class.
I will say,
Of
when
course.
you started FreshRx, that's when we started.
It did.
That's fantastic.
Plummeted from there.
Well,
Yeah.
and I love that talking about the way that the cortisol affects your blood sugar. Because for me personally, I've had to get like cortisol shots in my knee, and I couldn't understand why my blood sugars were just like ridiculous. And it does correlate. It's super important.
What we call an steroid. It's given in the joints because it helps with the inflammation in those joints to reduce
Mhm.
the immune response and reduce the inflammation. But also, it's gonna go and just rush your whole body, all kinds of steroids. That's why when they give you prednisone, they give you albuterol, they give you what's the other one? Methylprednisolone or sodium that are very common, especially when you're having like migraines or pain.
Mhm.
All of them, any of those shots, it's gonna raise your sugars.
And I've seen it on my graph. If I get upset, I've seen it just go up because I'm mad.
The other thing, when you are sick, your whole immune response is all the way to the top. That's why it raises the sugars, because when the immune response is right on top, all the hormones in our body will start coming out to our rescue.
So cortisol and cortisone are related?
Yes. Any other question?
If you take antidepressants, does it
No,
affect your blood sugar in any way?
it might lower it.
However,
Yeah, because you are controlling the depression, you're controlling that response of your body to depression. So your blood sugar will start going down. All the stress in your body will start going away. Your sugars might start going down. So you're depressed, your body is under stress. Your body cortisol will come out of it and will explode your sugars high because you're in fight or flight response. And then it's when you start firing and your sugars start going up. When you start getting your mind back to a normal state, what normal no, to a more less stressed state, those sugars will start going down.
So if you're less stressed, your diabetes would get better. Is
Yes,
that what you're saying?
your whole body will get better, including blood pressure. High blood pressure is also a response of being stressed or being depressed.
And so how many people who have been diagnosed with diabetes or in the FreshRx program do you think are experiencing anxiety or depression? What percentage of people do you think? Just call it out.
I say almost everyone.
Would you say almost everybody?
yeah.
Yeah, so we've seen about 65 to 70% of people in our program, and we've seen it improve through the program with food and with these tools. And meditation and breathing can actually lower your blood pressure and lower your blood sugar levels and
Mhm. And when
Amazing stuff. And let's go a little more deep. Why our blood pressure will raise when your sugars are high? So, again, the pancreas is not working right. The insulin that you're receiving is a low quality insulin or it's not enough. So the heart detects it's under stress too because it's not getting enough energy. So the heart starts rushing the blood even faster in our body to catch up with the pancreas and hoping that the pancreas will deliver more insulin to our body. So that rush of blood flow is high blood pressure. Because we have a high blood pressure, inside our kidneys is something called the glomerular filtrate capsule, which is like a cup and it's extremely delicate. So because that blood pressure keeps going high, it starts breaking down the sides until it completely disappears. And when it disappears, it's when a person is on end stage kidney failure or dialysis. This is the effect of multi-organ damage caused by diabetes. So another reason why it's important that we manage our body and we don't let our body to manage us.
Yes.
When we consciously make those decisions that no, I gotta get this under control. I gotta stop being, I have to improve myself. I know I have to eat right, and I know I have to control the diabetes. When you start making that first step, your whole body will accept it well.
Yeah, I think also knowing that the thoughts are not you. So the thoughts are separate from you. They're your brain trying to trick you back into those old patterns, right? And so when you know you're the ruler of your thoughts and your body, you can change it. And you can do that through lots of free practices that are out there that are on the handouts, and we'll be doing more supportive type groups so we can talk about those things. But we all have a challenge with that. And our society also perpetuates those obsessive thinking and thoughts that then affect our emotions and our choices every single day. So those thoughts aren't you. That's not who you really are. And so it's okay. You can go, okay, I know my brain's doing that thing again. I need help. Yeah, I need help and support with that. And that's okay. That's
It's
really
okay to
normal.
not be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like, if you have really severe depression, I've struggled with severe depression, anxiety, and so did both of my parents. And it can feel like you're drowning inside yourself. That's how it feels. And like your thoughts just keep going and going and going. And there's a way to slow that down and to get control of that. Just like your eating habits and all of the other decisions in your life, you can do it.
One more thing. I keep saying you are the master of your body, but the body is the master of yourself. Something that happens to people with diabetes, and again, this is the pancreas. I blame everything on the pancreas. So the pancreas is the one that tells our body when we are hungry, and also helps our body to let us know when we are full. With a diagnosis of diabetes, the body loses that function. I keep hearing over and over a lot of my patients saying, I just don't feel hungry. I just don't eat because I don't feel hungry. But when you're gonna feel hungry, probably that response in your body happens 3 or 4 hours later than when you should have been eating, and when your body was telling you that you needed to eat, because it's a very delayed response from the pancreas to the brain. And most of them will also tell me, I eat until I'm full. Eating until it's full, it's also a delayed response because you're gonna overeat. You should have been finished eating 4 or 5 bites before your body told you that you were full. So you gotta tell your body when you're gonna eat and how you're gonna eat, not letting your body tell you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Nice seeing you.
Thank you.